Genesis chapter 17. And Abram was 99 years old. And the Lord appeared to Abram and said to him, I am your God. You are well-pleasing before me. Then be blameless, and I will establish my covenant between me and between you, and I will multiply you exceedingly. And Abram fell upon his face. And God spoke to him, saying, And behold, my covenant is with you, and you will be father of a multitude of nations. And your name will not be called Abram any longer, but your name will be Abraham. For I have appointed you father of many nations. And I will increase you exceedingly, exceedingly, and I will establish you for nations, and kings will come forth from you. And I will establish my covenant between me and between you, and between your seed after you, unto their generations, for an eternal covenant, to be your God, and of your seed after you. And I will give to you, and to your seed after you, the land which you sojourn, all the land of Canaan, for an eternal possession. And I myself will be to them for God. And God said to Abraham, You also shall observe my covenant, and your seed after you for their generations. And this is the covenant which you shall observe between me and you, and between your seed after you. Every male shall be circumcised to you. And you shall be circumcised of the flesh of your foreskin, and it will be for a sign of covenant between me and you. And a male child 8 days old shall be circumcised by you, every male into your generations, the native-born servant of your house, and the one bought with silver, from every son of an alien who is not from your seed. By circumcision he shall be circumcised, the native-born servant of your house, and the one bought with silver. And my covenant will be upon your flesh for an eternal covenant. And the uncircumcised male who shall not be circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin in the 8th day, that soul shall be utterly destroyed from its race, for my covenant he effaced. And God said to Abraham, Sarai, your wife, her name shall not be called Sarai, but Sarah will be her name. And I will bless her, and I will give to you a child from her. And I will bless it, and it will be for nations, and kings of nations will be from him. And Abraham fell upon his face and laughed. And he said in his mind, saying, Shall to the 100-year-old be a son? And shall Sarah at 90 years bear? And Abraham said to God, Ishmael, this one, let him live before you. And God said to Abraham, Yes, behold, Sarah your wife will bear to you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an eternal covenant, and to his seed after him. And concerning Ishmael, behold, I heeded you. And behold, I shall bless him, and I will increase him, and I will multiply him exceedingly. 12 nations he will procreate, and I will make him for a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at this time in another year. And he completed speaking to him. and God ascended from Abraham. And Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all his native-born servants, and all the ones bought with silver, and every male of the men in the house of Abraham, and he circumcised their foreskins in that time of the day, as God spoke to him. And Abraham was 99 years old when he circumcised the flesh of his foreskin. And Ishmael his son was 13 years old when he circumcised the flesh of his foreskin. In that time of the day Abraham was circumcised, and Ishmael his son, and all the males of his house, and the native-born servants, and the ones bought with silver from foreign nations.